Shake off the rust.
The rest.
The dust.
The rest never. That shit never got on me, bro. They're never dusty, never rusty, bro. I've been sharpening my blade this entire time. You, yeah.
I mean, for our dynamic, bro. Like bro, JJK conversation, you and me, with a new chapter to talk about. It's been well, golly, it's been a year, hasn't it?
Yeah. Listen,
It's the end.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I hope you can keep up, man. Like that's all I'm worried about, bro. That's all I'm worried about, man. Raising an eyebrow, bro. We seen the past 2 hours, man. Like, but let's.
Those were other manga in Blue Lock, bro. Like,
don't take Kagurabachi's other manga, my nigga. Like, relax, bro. Relax. Like I get what you're saying.
Let me go first, by the way.
Watch your tone, bro. Watch your tone. Watch your tone. Bro. Watch your tone. Yeah.
All right.
So,
chat. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. It's JJK time, baby! New chapter!
Wow.
That's right.
It is JJK time.
Call your mom, call your dad, call your sister, call your stepsister. She's probably stuck somewhere. You know how to reach her and you know what to do. Hey, sis, it's JJK time on the Old Honored Ones podcast. Come through.
All right.
Sorcery fight time. Boom, boom, boom. We didn't have a theme song the first go around. That's where we fucked up. We got it now, bro. Boom, yeah. Boom, boom. That's us.
Dude, you're creatively bankrupt. Yeah. So Jujutsu Kaisen, Mojuro, Medulo, whatever one suits your fancy. Whichever one suits your fancy.
Work in progress.
I'm probably just gonna be. I don't know. I'll say whichever one feels. Feels like it glides off the tongue a little bit better. But yeah, no. Wow, dude. Let me start off by saying this, man.
Aliens, I actually do want to have a serious discussion.
Of course, we're gonna have a serious discussion.
Yeah, I just realized I set the tone a little crazy back there. I just want to. I realized I was apologizing. You interrupted me in the middle of apologizing.
I don't,
by the way,
care.
Fuck you. Like, okay.
I wanted to. I wanted to have a serious discussion. Oh, duh. Shake off the rust, bro.
Here's the rust. It's being shaken off. Okay. You were saying, because I actually want to yes and you. Please.
You were saying because I actually want to yes and you. Okay. Couple of things here. One, wasn't really expecting this to be the spin-off to JJK up until like halfway through the week. And learning, it was interesting. My reaction in a lot of ways was like, what? Really, Gege? You mean it? Just for me? For me and me alone? Aliens.
There, yeah. Aliens.
Aliens?
From outer space?
Okay.
E.T. Before we even talk about the story, I want to discuss, and this is kind of the bulk of my notes here. Like, I've been spending all day thinking about this, and more than the chapter, I want to talk about the concept and pitch for this series, right?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the first time something like this has happened. Dragon Ball, Naruto, they have like martial arts into aliens type of twists, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Gege's a big fan, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't take umbrage, new word. I don't take umbrage with Gege pulling inspiration or just the concept of like wanting to do a sequel series like this with a new spin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here are my concerns. I'm not going to call them problems. I'm not going to call them like bad decisions. I'm just saying here's my initial reactions, right? Before even reading the first chapter. Okay. Why aliens? Why did this need to be a sequel to JJK? So aliens? Like that, the more I thought about it, the more it bugged me because, okay, remove, for example, sorcery fight, right? Mm-hmm. Sorcery, Jujutsu sorcerers. It is it's kind of implied to be like a heavily like a more magic based system, has been for the entire series. Putting that aside, right? Putting aside all the stuff that went down in the series, putting aside everything about JJK original, right? The JJK 2, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
There was no foreshadowing for aliens in the original JJK, as far as I remember. There was no like, oh, they're up there and they're waiting for like 4 specific people to die. There are all these like weird implications, I guess, that like it doesn't you know what, like it just sort of never really, it didn't, it hit my ear kind of funny. It was kind of a whirlwind of emotion of like shock, disbelief, a little bit of like, excitement that JJK is coming back at all. Like this is a cool discussion to even have in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact kind of remains that like the sticking point is that JJK has always been a very relatively grounded series in the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
This is so bizarre. Like this is a sci-fi series now. Like this is a sci-fi universe, right?
Dude, I'm feeling, dude. You know what it is? You know what it is for me, bro. I'm looking at chat and because I'm kind of split in between where you and they stand, right? And I'm looking at them tell you all to like cook, fuck you, die, eat Sukuna's finger, right? Like all that, whatever. And I'm just like fucking, I'm breathing it all in, bro. I fucking feel this, bro. Like as much as at the worst it got to me, bro. I feel this fucking, I feel this feeling again of like, God, bro. I
just like old times, huh?
I fucking love it, man. I need
just like old times.
I need some of the anger, bro. I need some of the heat. Yeah.
But yeah. Did you have like? I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Lethality, you're so funny for saying relatively grounded is insane because I saw you glazing the Mach 3 thing for being grounded the other day. I'll probably talk to you about that later, whatever, personally. But regardless, right? My thoughts on it are just aliens, huh? That's a choice, and it really didn't go much further than that. Of like, okay, show me something then, and I will say that as of right now, right, as of reading the first chapter, I am neither convinced nor upset with the decision. I don't think I've been given any particular reason to feel some way strongly one way or the other. I know that like the aliens thing sort of gets like it scratches the like, oh my god, it's like Boruto, oh my god, it's the Otsutsuki or whatever, and it's like I get it, I understand it, I feel it, I resonate, I empathize, but like I'm really just going to assess the manga on what it presents to me, and what it has presented to me this week is, in my opinion, very much a like mixed bag that leans pretty like interesting, but more neutral than anything else for me. There are a lot of things where I'm like, okay, JJK chapter 1 was not like, it was not like world shaking in its presentation either, right? I didn't read, even on rereads, I wasn't reading JJK being like, fuck, Gege, you're the one. That's just not what happened, right? We even talk about that in relation to like other series, in terms of like, damn, how long it takes something to get locked in. God, you're on my dick. God, how long it takes for something to get locked in. Blah blah blah. So I don't really, it's not an issue. No skin off my back, I think is how the expression goes, for that one. But I think there are a lot of things here that are interesting. I think there are a lot of things that are interesting. Funnily enough, least of which is the aliens to me. It's not like a bad thing. Maru seems cool. Maru does seem like a cool little guy. I fuck with his design a lot. You can tell that despite Gege not being the one to actually pen the manga, like there are a lot of like his design philosophy is pretty present throughout. Like the horn dude that's sitting in the throne is like, that's alien Sukuna. You know what I mean? That's just like, yeah. In a lot of ways, you can see like similarities in terms of just like a lot of things. And I do rock with that. It's good. It feels like a bit of a departure from JJK in some ways, in which I don't like. I'll just be completely honest. But in others that I think are pretty interesting, and work for maybe some of like the sci-fi elements. But you still do feel, or at least I still do feel some level of like, JJK gay isms in it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, yeah. Yeah, 3 volumes of the series is going to be bite-sized. It will be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
In terms of like the foreshadowing of aliens or whatever, I don't know if I really particularly care. More so because like, how do you? Aliens to me aren't something that you foreshadow, right? It's just like they're either there or they're not, right? Either aliens
That's what I
existed
mean.
in the current. I just don't take it as a point of like contention, right? It's like you didn't foreshadow aliens, so what? They came from space. How would you foreshadow aliens, right? Um, Either there's a spaceship
I
in
don't
the
know,
sky or
man.
there isn't. I'm not really like knocking you for caring. I just don't give a fuck. It's like, for example, if you say, aliens come to real Earth, right? Bro, L
Mm.
foreshadowing. You didn't build that up enough. Nigga, how would you? They just came here. They just got here, bro.
Like
Like, I don't know. Um,
like it's the casual. Okay, can I elaborate?
yeah, please do.
Getting into the manga a bit more, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how I was feeling about the concept going into it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually reading it was like more fine, right? The characters are solid, little like charming generally, like it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were like for chapter 1 they were generally fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they you get it just for all three of them. Like who they are, what they want, like their dynamic so far. It's cool. For me, the aliens thing is a bigger sticking point because, like I said, it informs a lot of the old series and this moving forward. So offer it, right? The biggest like thing is the fact that the American and Japanese governments not only knew about aliens but like brokered a peace treaty of sorts with them, and now the JJK human trafficking underworld is also privy to aliens existing,
Mm-hmm.
and that knowledge is just sort of shared.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, you're now kind of telling me that this is they didn't just come here, they've been here, right? They've been watching, they've been prepping, they've been like doing this or that, right? I think you could still foreshadow aliens generally. Like I just independently, I just think like if you were gonna do this, like a spaceship or a fucking poster, like whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's I'm not like holding that against Gege. I'm just like I don't think it's something that like he couldn't not do.
Mm-hmm.
As for the aliens being so involved in the world and this not being like a boom, what the fuck, aliens are real and they exist. I'm troubled. I'm troubled by their assimilation, which probably sounds fucking crazy out of context, but I'm troubled by the aliens kind of like already being there and being known, and like the existence of aliens is like
But they're just known in
random.
some. They're known in some period of time between JJK and now, though, right? Like it's like almost a
Yeah,
century.
right. And it's like, but like not by everybody. And like human trafficker here guy knows about aliens,
Mm-hmm.
which is like it's just like little things like that just kind of like take me out of it, if that makes sense. Like he's quitting being a human trafficker because of the existence of aliens and them kind of like officially landing on Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all the stuff about like because people were like, oh my god, the Japanese citizens being kidnapped for a cursed energy thing kind of loops back to the original series with Kinchaku and the president, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, we can power the country off that guy talking about Gojo for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool, but this guy's retiring this chapter. He's not doing this anymore. He hung up the fucking I don't know whatever
He's
he
not
used, the
human
shrink wrap.
He's not human trafficker central. He's not the fucking kingpin, bro. He's just a guy.
What I'm more saying like more representative. Like this is the guy you choose to like explain and showcase the thing is what I'm saying. Like at the first meeting they have with him is, by the way, I'm quitting because of aliens, and it's like it can't be too big of a revelation if random criminal underworld guy knows it. Kind of weird. Two, he can't know about it, then give up, because then it's sort of like, okay, then it sort of sets a trend. No, does this mean like are we trying to the fucking human trafficking industry is gonna go belly up because of aliens? Okay, so W aliens? Like I don't like it was just like odd to me. It was just the aliens of it all is bizarre because it simultaneously invalidates all the other problems like they're being presented to deal with. All the typical sorcerer problems, right, for the most part, are kind of put on the backseat. Like, no, bro, like they're here, you know, they're among us. Like, I I want to be sold. That's what it is. I want to be sold. I'm not sold yet. If I had to pick, like you said you were neutral. I kind of lean a little bit more towards unconvinced.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, like the best way I could describe all my feelings is in like one sentence is, I feel unsold.
You and Chat are pissing me off. You and Chat are pissing me off. You and Chat are pissing me off. You and Chat. So you guys are somehow, y'all are somehow disagreeing, and I'm like, oh my god, bro, I fucking.
We always disagree.
No, but y'all are disagreeing, and I disagree with both of y'all. Is what I'm saying is pissing me off. That's what I'm saying. You and Chat are pissing me off because you got lethality in here being like. I love how people would always complain that JJK isn't doing enough of what pre-existing manga have done, and now it does something so many manga have done, and you want to cry all of a sudden.
I never once said, okay, whatever.
Putting that to the side. Let's say we did say that, or even people say that, right? I really fucking hate this point of like, y'all wanted this author to do something in this realm, and then they did it not to your satisfaction and you're mad. Yeah, because I wanted them to do the thing in the way I wanted them to do the thing. Like, Gege, implement X, Y, and Z. No, motherfucker, not W. Like, that's not the same letter, bro. You just added some new shit. I wanted something in the alphabet, but like not those. Side. Lemon being like Sukuna has 4 arms. Aliens are crazy. I don't really think that's how world building works. But like, I personally just disagree that that's how world. I think that you would find that if you take, well, X supernatural thing exists, why can't all supernatural thing exist? Huh? It's a very funny point. That being said, right, I think Hansel did say something like you're getting caught up on a lot of like very like intimate details, and I do kind of agree that I'm like, yeah, man, I think that the aliens are relatively well known. I think it makes sense that someone that is smuggling humans, right, specifically to the U.S. government, will have a little bit of an into why they're doing that and for what purpose, and maybe if something is impacting that, right? If you're an arms dealer and you're like, yeah, dude, there's a new fucking weapon in this, like on the block. Yeah, you're in the underground. You're going to have a no to that because you're directly connected to the niggas that know about it through some shady means, right? You know, Yuka and Tsurugi are just fucking like they're like little guys, and like their ancestry is important, but they're pretty specifically shown to just be kind of like middling, kind of beginning of JJK tier sorcerers, like particularly weak relative to the highs of what we experienced by the end of JJK, right? They're just pretty competent. I'm not really confused that they don't know something that others do. Like, it would be like if we're like, dude, Nobara and Megami don't know X about Jujutsu sorcery, but like, just some like, but a panda knows. It's like, yeah, bro, he's been here a little bit longer. He's connected, to Yaga, who's connected to, you know what I mean? You can have someone that's not particularly impressive have decent reasons for having information that's above their like physical pay grade, in my personal experience. Yeah, they are moving kind of like Nanami victims at the moment. And chat, y'all know how much that hurts me to say. Personally, my mix of like concerns, not even really concerns, because they're just problems I had or things that didn't really particularly like enthrall me. The alien of it all isn't really that big of a deal. I could see it being quite interesting. And I do wonder how you can blend those two things of like the traditional sorcery and the alien, the supernatural, the whatever. I mean, Dawn able to do it, obviously, probably with a wildly different tone, but it's possible to blend that sort of like traditionalist nature with very supernatural sci-fi, heady elements. Will it be done well? I don't know, but that's kind of why I don't really care right now because I don't know if it'll be done well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remain fully unconvinced right now. Like there's other minor reasons, honestly. Like the length of the series, like knowing how long Gege intends for it to be, is also kind of freaking me out. Because okay, the Dragon Ball Z comparison, right? That's most of Dragon Ball moving forward. Like Dragon Ball is more aliens than it is like the martial arts tournament. At this point, Naruto, if you include Boruto in the same continuation, right? They don't really talk about them as aliens. They talk about them, like, from what I've seen, as like super powerful ninja things, like just other threats, right? But they don't like conceptualize or characterize them as like extraterrestrials, right? And they still use chakra, right?
Yeah, these guys use
so like
energy, kinda.
Yeah, that's like, I'm interested to see the differences, right? I'm interested to see like, okay, how is their cursed energy different, right? Like all these terms are like weird to Maru. Show me what his version is, right? What did he do at the end with his eye, right? Was that telepathy? Did he just hit him with like a fucking knockout wave? Like what is he? What is his version of cursed energy? Okay. Like these are things I want to see, right?
Okay.
These are.
I was about to say, I was like, we can't be mad that like the mystery's been established. Okay.
No. These are things I want to like, assuage my concerns, right? Like these are things I'm interested in because one of the other things like about the aliens existing is like kind of Gege's repeated emphasis that they're washed. Like, okay, Gojo, Sukuna, Yuta, Maki, Yuji, presumably, Kenjaku, presumably, like they waited for everyone and their fucking mothers to die, right? They were like, all right, Yuta's grandkids, maybe we got a shot. And it's hard to not feel a little like, so we're just resetting the board, right? We're resetting the board, and I get why, for like threat reasons, but like I also don't get like, is an alien invasion easier than Sukuna? Like I don't know, like I want to believe. The crux of my friction, I want to be locked in, right? I want to be convinced. These are just like little points of friction that just kind of like build up in the back of my head.
Okay, so a lot of thoughts there, right? You're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't with a continuation, right? You either power cliff or you don't, and it's like I know you'd be pissed about power cliffing, right? If they're like Gojo, fucking pussy, right? I know you'd be mad, right? And so it's like, this is the only other option. There is no other choice. It's either, and by the way, I disagree with the notion that the aliens are like, maybe I need to reread it, right? But like, if someone can point me to the direction where the aliens are like, we've been waiting for threats to die, not we got here in the interim or whatever. I didn't get the impression that they're like, fuck, Sukuna's down there. Gulp. I only read the chapter one time. I only did a first pass through. Yeah. Right. If you got that from a statement that they said, let me know. I didn't, and so it's like don't get me wrong. It's funny. It's hilarious. Someone said, Just a Dogma gave 100 bits and said, "Oh no, Karara and Seance Granny, the Q organization and the Goat Junpei are still alive. I better keep my ass on Pluto Moon or else I'm cooked." Right? That's funny, but I think if we're like, okay, we're actually seriously discussing it, blah blah blah, where are we getting the implication that they're scared of anybody? They're like, can we assimilate with them? That's sort of that sort of seems to be
it's a learning mission. Listen, I understand, and I want to get, this is kind of the biggest disclaimer, right? I understand the intention of the series is pretty much just, this is all set dressing. I don't think Gege's like, the aliens, the whatever, like, I think this is all fucking supposed to be a spiritual successor to Yuji and Sukuna's dynamic, right? You know, Maru having a twin brother that he can't see eye to eye with, the siblings not seeing eye to eye with each other. Like, I get the emotional core of what this thing is trying to be, just off this first chapter, right? You know, asterisk, whatever. So, like, if you're seeing it as like, oh yeah, this is like the Yuji Sukuna like doing the shit properly without Sukuna fucking cheating death for 2,000 years. Like, yeah, bro, let's see them fucking break the cycle, you know, Naruto Sasuke style. If that's the intention of it, which is kind of what I'm like glancing, is just reconciling shit like that, I'm all game for it, right? I'm down for that being the emotional core. I just want to have fun with it, like in the week to week of it all. I don't know, like it's hard to separate the emotional attachment to the original series, you know, jokes aside, right? But I know, but like
Attachment.
I don't know, it's yeah, shut up, bro. Like fucking name of this pod or whatever the fuck. I'm trying to be serious for once. Just this once. Yeah. It's hard to separate the emotional attachment to the original series because of you know, everything that happened during. But like this is still the JJK verse, bro. Like this, a lot of mentions of the legacy characters, right? A lot of reference to them, a lot of like shit that they did and died for. Like this is the direct payoff to it, right? If we flash forward and they were like, first chapter, aliens are like, oh, now that Sukuna's gone, super nuke, fuck you. It's like, oh, so Yuji did all that shit for nothing? I don't know. Like, that's just sort of like, I want it to feel, I want the original series to kind of remain untouched while not feeling, while also being able to enjoy this thing on its own merits. That's like the ideal run for me.
That shit is not gonna happen, gang.
I know, but that's
work, you know?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by ideal run. That's like my biggest contention is like that's what I want generally.
Okay, fair.
And as close to that as we can get is like is gonna affect like how I feel about it. But generally, like it's fine.
I'm gonna get back to what you said in a second. Someone said not one Midkari panel, so I had to check that scene where like they're like glazing, like, yeah, you know, the Culling game 68 years ago. I checked, Megumi's there, Nobara's there, Yuji's there, Maki's there, Gojo's there, Yuta's there. Not that single fucking gambling loser, bro. He is not. Thank God. Sorry. Let me put that to the side. Back to what you were talking about. I just don't think it's going to be in touch. I just don't think that's the nature of like continuations and sequels. I think it'll probably stand alone a lot better than you think it will, but it won't have like zero ties to it in any capacity. I am just like a lot of my qualms with the chapter, and I don't really have that many. Not really like overt things. I think it's like solid. I'll tell you, like it's maybe a 6.5, maybe 6, 7, right, out of 10. And you know, I thought it was cool. I thought it was, yeah, you know, maybe like a 6, 7. You know, fuck, dude. It was a fine chapter in a lot of ways, but like I think a lot of the issues that you bring up seem to be like almost like conceptual and hard to grasp. As tangible right now. They seem to be like future-proofing worries, which isn't necessarily a horrible thing. I don't have an issue inherently with being like, I'm apprehensive about this thing. I personally, I know lethality disagrees, fucking whatever, but I personally think you're allowed to apply some skepticism even if someone's made something that you like before. You're allowed to be like, yeah, to me, the onus is on the author to prove them. I don't come in with like you don't. Dick riding isn't a right, it's a privilege, right? This it's not free, gang. Like it comes with a bit of a price. And if you're saying the premise and your worries aren't necessarily eliciting, you know, your pretty low, granted, price.
I dropped a chapter, fair. Why won't you fuck me? Like
type shit, right? It is necessarily a horrible thing. No, you're dumb. But anyways, Kari's not a heavy hitter. He's a soft toucher at best. For in a slander account, I fuck with you, bro. Yeah, I like you, man.
I don't get how being a slander account works, bro.
Yeah, I fuck with it, bro. But anyways, yeah. Kind of, for me, a lot of the alien stuff is TBD. I can imagine it being done well. I can imagine me not giving a fuck. we'll see which
Mm.
one I land with. As for the, sort of the legacy characters, stuff like that, getting into, I think, going from the past to the present, talking about that, right? Yuta and Maki, uh, Yuta dying, and this is gonna sound kind of psychotic to say, Yuta dying right after Maki is like so him, bro. Like
It really is.
that's like Maki. Nah, I don't need to be here no more. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. I'm actually fine.
You
I'll actually
grandkids.
pass. Yeah.
I'm curious, like, what the fuck happened to their kids, bro? Like, because we just skipped to grandkids.
Yeah,
Like,
I am curious too. Maybe they're losers. I don't know.
maybe. I was telling Landa this, but I was like, it's actually very funny that Gege hates like a stable generational fucking like passing of the torch.
Mhm.
Like Yuji, grandfather, Nobara, grandmother, Yuka and Sugiri,
Mhm.
whatever.
Tsurugi.
Yeah, grandparents. Like I don't know. It was just like very funny.
We see the mom of the
And
grandkids. I know that people think that. I don't know if we know that. Is that did they say mom? Maybe. Let me see. No, wait, Grandpa gave me the ring. Maybe you could say the familiarity with which Yuka says, like, Grandpa gave me the ring means that. I don't know. I'm not entirely, like, it could just be obviously that's referring to them, but yeah, no, I don't know.
yeah. Also, yeah, who is the Gojo clan head? Because I thought Yuta got everything after Gojo died.
He did. I think that's why the ring has to go to whoever the Gojo clan decides, because it's technically Gojo clan property. He was the head up until recently, or I guess up until like they were like 10 and 11.
He died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, this is like an odd thing, just like my own personal fascination. I'm noticing like a lack of Yuji, like statement that he's dead necessarily.
Yeah. He's probably alive.
He's probably alive. I was okay. So quick. This isn't power scaling per se, but like just slightly off axis for a sec from the story. I'm surprised. You'd think with Maki, like I don't know. I always got the implication that like maybe like enhanced healing, enhanced physical is like that's 100, right? Like you could hold down a century. Like I don't know. Like reverse curse technique and aging is like also another factor. So like Yuta, like
a lot of people were saying that. I don't think, even if Yuta could, I don't think he'd be interested after Maki was gone. He's like, I'm just to let this body die when it dies.
I'm just surprised it happened with Maki either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Restriction, because I think I didn't do the math. I'll be honest with you, but I think they were like they would be like late 70s, early 80s, which is just like a very normal like lifespan there.
Which is weird. Yeah, like it shouldn't be normal.
I mean,
right?
for Maki, I'm not really sure, man. Like you would think maybe the heavenly restriction just makes you just better. You just get the, but like I don't know. It could be part of like knowing Gege could be like, yeah, no, part of the binding vow is it like shortens your life, a teeny little bit for like extra strength. It could be. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I genuinely have no idea. Yuji.
I know.
Yuji probably is just Yuji's probably just like I'm chilling. Like I'm actually.
Yeah.
Yuji's probably like 84 and like fuck, I'm a little sore. Like man, sorry.
Yeah. Like I hope he looks like 40 or some shit, because like Yuji's like his RCT is also different than Yuta and Maki's. So like he just has a weird body.
Like plus cursed energy, RCT, blood manipulation, a desire to continue to raise the new generation, like Gojo was able to do for him. Like there's a lot of things there.
Especially because like I don't know, you'd imagine with blood manipulation, specifically as a technique, there's also like some longevity to it, I guess.
Perhaps,
I don't know.
Perhaps. But granted, to be fair, this doesn't strike me as a type of cast of characters that is so interested in prolonging their life that they do it for no reason. You know what I mean? Like Yuji doesn't strike me as the type that'd be like, I want to live forever. I want to live like as long as possible. Let me claw and grab. Like he does strike me as the type of person that's like, unless he had a specific purpose, like he is trying to bring up the next generation. He's trying to like rear good sorcerers. I don't really see any of them being like, I want to live super duper long, not because they're like all suicidal or nothing, but just because they just don't strike me as the type that are greedy for that kind of thing.
Which is more than fair. It was just like for at least Yuji and Maki, it's like I mean, that is their natural lifespan. They're not like clinging on to shit, you know, like
Yeah.
that. Their bodies just sort of have that.
I think I saw
Um,
Mozane say Maki dying from natural causes is Jogo upscale. I fuck with that. Like like the fire and then the fumes that she breathed in, low key like shortened her lifespan by like 40 years, bro. Jogo upscale, and that's base form Jogo as well. Um,
uh, yeah, I don't know, just like a little side thing that like I was a little fascinated with.
oh man, if I get to see a reincarnation of curses torment these motherfuckers, bro, let me see Jogo 2. Let me see
Oh, the disaster curses Oh,
let
that'd
me
be cool.
see let me see Jogo form. You know what I mean? Let me see the new Mahito for real.
Actually, like transitioning into a bit of power scaling discussion, right?
Mm,
Um, you personally, because you clocked me to a T. I'm a downscaler kind of guy, not an upscaler guy.
mm.
Are you? Do you prefer upscaling for content, or like are you like where's your
I'll be I truly don't give a fuck. Like it is the only thing that matters to me is that you don't embarrass the characters I've grown to love all that comes before. So if they're
mm,
dead, if every single one of
hmm
them is dead and it's like, yeah, no, rolling in, or they're all able to evolve and get stronger, cool. Upscale's
hmm
fine. I don't know if I necessarily like downscale particularly, but I don't care. It's fine, right? My thing is just like I don't want a motherfucker pulling up and like slapping the shit out of Yuji, bro. That's mad disrespectful. Keep your
yeah,
grubby mitts off him. Um,
I see.
yeah.
Because I had this I was just at kind of a funny fucking like Choso thing, but if the statement about the aliens just like waiting for all of them to die
Mm-hmm.
is true. I like the idea that the guy at the beginning with the horns is like he could that's Yuki. Like that's fucking like maybe he can have a protracted fight with Yuki, no black hole.
I think what's really funny, Sukuna Glaze till the bitter end, or I guess till the new
Mm.
beginning, is like, yeah, guys, the 50,000 aliens are deemed a special grade threat on the level of Sukuna in Shinjuku. You're so fucking funny, Gay. Holy
Like
shit. He's like, yeah, dude, 50,000 aliens. Yeah, that's about a Sukuna tier threat. You know, you know that shit was hard for him to write too. Um, you
yeah,
know that shit was hard for him
holy
to
shit.
write.
Uh, but
Yeah.
yeah, just very. I'm curious about the power scaling stuff. I think it'll be fun. Just JJK's always been good about that, so I don't see a reason for it to stop.
We'll see.
Um, the oh,
Let me go
I was
through
gonna say
some.
the human trafficking guy.
Mm.
Oh, you know,
Here, go ahead. Finish.
professional. Oh,
No. Get the human trafficking guy off. I'll read these after. Go ahead.
human. I'm curious how the human trafficking guy and Gojo would clash with their domains respectively, or not domains, but with their techniques respectively.
Mm.
Because it's like they do. You would imagine they interfere with you, like short of a fucking domain.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious how it would affect somebody like Gojo.
Yeah. Yeah. That is curious. I'll circle back to that one in a second. I did just want to
Mm,
read these in acknowledges real quick. So, Leezy40, thank you for the subscription, for the Prime subscription. Thank you.
appreciate you.
Let's see, Action WO, thank you for becoming a tier 1 sub. And then Dane used a bit to ask, if you guys had to pitch your own version of a JJK spinoff, what would be the premise? And I think this is directed at both of us, but like, if not aliens, right? When, where, what, about who, kind of thing. Talk to me. Spitball.
Um, probably, probably like the same basic premise that I think this series is going for. I wouldn't even think to do aliens,
Mm-hmm.
but just show the next reincarnation. Show Sukuna doing the shit again the right way, right? Like lessons learned, evolutions, like breaking cycles. Shout out Naruto. Um, whether or not that takes the form of like Sukuna doing it solo, no twin brother, or because he's born with this twin brother and they're just locked. I don't know. Like kind of up to you. I do think something that I'm not ready for and I kind of don't want because I thought about it. I don't know that I can handle seeing a new 6 eyes user. I think that might be a bit too much for me
What do you mean you can't
personally.
handle it, bro? What the fuck does that
Like
mean
I
you
just
can't handle it?
I can't see somebody try to fit in his shoes, bro. I can't see people like you make it a who's stronger video. That would actually physically
That
pain
shit's
me.
gonna be so goated, bro, and I can't wait to make Gojo lose. Just lie.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Like I think a more interesting way of doing that though, like on my wish list, I would actually like to see a member of the Gojo clan that doesn't have both. Like if you want to do like if you want to be funny about twins, you could do Gojo clan twins where they have either ability and just kind of like having fun with them being like mid tier or whatever the fuck students. Like I don't know, like you could just have a lot more
bro.
fun with it. I know. I'm
No, it would be
disgusting.
really cool if you like took Gojo and split him in half. Well, that's
Half,
thematic,
yeah.
but like also, just no one
Yeah.
can really be as cool as my blue-eyed king. Yeah, you haven't glazed your
Yeah.
goat in years. You have lost your driver's license to ride Gojo's dick. Um,
You never lose it.
I disagree.
It's right there.
Hey, but let's put you on the road right now. Let's see how that heart feels.
But yeah, basically the same. Like to answer your question in shorthand, the same basic premise is this. Continuing seeing the cycles, whatever the fuck. I just literally just like wouldn't think of aliens. Like it would just kind of be.
But the thing is just like I feel like not to.
Then why do it? Like why show it?
To me, it's like the aliens are kind of the premise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I acknowledge that it's a catch-22, right?
It,
like the aliens justify the series existing because otherwise it's just JJK like diluted.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not blind to the fact that like the aliens serve a very specific function, right? It's just like it's just a little shocking.
No, I'm not criticizing your problem with the aliens. I'm criticizing your imagination. Actually, is what I'm doing. I'm saying like, bro, the premise without the aliens is like, fucking. We've established that these guys are like the weakest sorcerers have ever been ever. I just made that up. That's not necessarily true, but like, they're like, yeah, bro. Can you imagine anybody that was UG tier? Anybody? Not a single guy. And they're thinking of Yuji and Shinjuku. That guy just got a domain, bro. That's not Yuji versus Mahito reincarnation compilations. Who says no? Let me get a disaster curse spin-off 10,000 years into the future, and they're ruling the planet in like a reverse curse sorcerer scenario where the sorcerers are the antagonists and Jogo is like the king of curses type shit, and he really burned everything to the ground, and Miwa somehow survived through the simple domain, is the one that has to get it all back. Yeah, I fuck with that. Lock it in. Gege. Get on it. Thank you. Get the new gen past Kurushi. To be fair, Kurushi was frying a lot of like current gen JJK characters.
Yeah.
Too, like yeah.
Yeah. Do you
zip it up when you're done
like
a good boy BR? All right. Zip.
Okay, man. Fuck. Wow. The cyberpunk shit, like the far future. I think I would have yeah, okay. I fuck with that. You could do wait a minute. I'm trying to think actually. Why not commit to the holy shit. Okay. I thought of it. Here's the premise. Here's the premise I would go for. Okay. So Yuki, we all agree, kind of a clown. Right, whatever. I don't fundamentally disagree with like her opinion about cursed energy. Mm-hmm. Like I did always find it curious that Gege kind of chose to disregard it as an option, whether or not it's because cursed energy is like a metaphor for like emotion, if you want to go down that route, whatever. Or you want to take it literally, but like, it is removing it kind of removes cursed spirits, which are technically immortal at the end of the day, right? Like they come back, humans don't. So I always kind of wonder like what the gripe was there. And I think a good concept for it would be, the cycles of violence thing kind of ending with cursed energy going kaput. Like I think that's a cool way to just kind of like cap it off.
So is that how you have
personally?
Is that how you have your like spin-off end?
Yeah. Like then the universe is just done, right? Like I like the idea of like addressing the root cause, and unless one of these motherfuckers is Kaguya, it's cursed energy, you know? In which case, like, you know, seal it away, destroy it, whatever you want, right? Whatever you want to like say happen to it, but the cycle ends. I think it's a cool way to kind of capstone it, and then credits roll. I don't know. That's how I thought JJK was going to end for the longest time, and I've always liked the idea. I guess.
Oh yeah, just got a bunch of Tojis running around. Um, let's see.
You don't rock with it,
I'm
or
thinking.
you don't rock with the vision.
I'm thinking about it in terms of like a narrative ending to the series. I don't think so. But in terms of like as a premise of an antagonist or protagonist figure wanting to do that initially, it does seem interesting. Let's see. That wouldn't necessarily be an end to the stories in the world if you go the route of making everyone able to control the curse energy. Then just everyone is a sorcerer. That's also fair. And no curses spawn even if you don't get rid of cursed energy. Um,
I don't know, like because Japan has so many of these problems because of cursed energy, like
but like the
because
thing.
then it's just Japan, like
I mean, what? No, Japan has a bunch of people that are non-sorcerers. The point is that like you have two options to eliminate curses, right? If you're saying curses are the root of all evil, it's either take away cursed energy or make
mhm.
everyone sorcerers. If everyone's sorcerers, they don't leak cursed energy to make curses. Curses still go away regardless. It's not like
Right,
Japan
but
because
like
Japan has a bunch of non-sorcerers.
right, but then like curse users kind of take the place of like I don't know,
Well, like
like because then it's
what
just
does a
like
Toji do? You know, like Toji or guy who traffics kids with fucking like
I
um
guess like it's either like okay, fucking everybody's a Saiyan or it's fucking
you know it's like either
I guess yeah,
I can like mind fuck you with my domain expansion or I can punch you across the planet. Like I don't know. Um
I guess I
um
look I've always liked the idea of removing cursed energy. That's kind of like the ending I would go for.
mm-hmm,
Like if I had the pen, I understand like not everybody fucks with it,
mm-hmm.
especially like depending on what your definition of cursed energy, like what it even is in the first place. Like I said, if you think it's like a metaphor for all emotions, then yeah, like getting rid of that shit sounds insane, like on a metaphorical level, right? It's like, oh, so just get rid of all emotions and all the problems. Like it's like I get it, right? I get why it might hit the ear funny, but if you're like, there is no like it's like cheating. It's like, oh, and then they all lived happily ever after. Like I get the grievances with it. I personally just think like, okay, you let everybody control it. You fucking you keep things going the way they are, or you just get rid of it. Like it's not like conflict is gone, right? From humans more broadly. It just these like supernatural creatures don't like hound you anymore. And I don't know, like it's easier to take this away and remove the factor than it is to teach like 8 billion people how to use it. I don't know.
Is it easier to like how do we okay, it's not to get, not to jujutsu science you, but like based on what? Like why is it easier?
Depends on how you feel about like what is cursed energy, right? Like, do you in your head? Is it like weapons? Is it like a specific weapon? Is it like intelligent? Like, what is the like out like what what
It's
is
like
cursed energy to you?
bro, imagine if you were like, okay, I'm gonna strip everybody of ATP. It's like
So it would be like
it's
I
literally
see,
energy you produce. It's like
I
I'm not
see.
saying both either are easy, but I'm questioning like you say it's easier to take away the cursed energy of everyone on the planet versus
Mhm.
like train them, and I'm like I don't know which one's easier, but like you're saying it as if we know the process to do that, and I don't think we do.
Okay, I personally think it's like my opinion is that it's easier. Let me clarify, right? I think it's easier just because like okay, setting up the infrastructure to train people en masse, right? Which we can't even do in real life with like words, you know. Um, I think like that's just a lot more difficult than just removing cursed energy altogether because then
Just
it's just
removing. What does that mean? Like, okay, do you just remove curse energy? You're saying it as if it's
yeah
like clipping your fingernails. What does removing curse energy from people look like? You have cursed energy. You're
yeah
Yuki, right? take cursed energy
Okay.
away from Yuji.
Okay.
How do you do that?
Just seal it away. Like make it inaccessible.
How?
Some kind of sealing jutsu. Like that's you
But
just
that, but that,
invent
but
a
that,
way. Like you know what I
that's what
mean?
I,
Like
that's what I mean. You're making up a way to do it, and you're saying that way is easier than teaching people, and I'm saying, well, why? Like, okay, right?
I just think it's
Okay,
easier to remove. Like okay,
let me give you the example. Let me give you the example, right? I'm like, I think it'd
all
be
right.
easier to give you superpowers than it would be to fix all of our problems politically, right? Well, I can't really say that because I don't know how to give you superpowers. I don't. There's no process to do that. You have no basis to say it's easier to do one thing or the other. Because one thing, there's at least a somewhat trackable path, right? There's like,
Hmm?
it's difficult. It's logistically basically impossible, but there is like a feasible sort of structure. The other thing is like made up. It doesn't exist, at least as far as I know in the story, right?
So you
It's a
just like
concept.
my whole thing is like you just can like okay, my personal that's my big asterisk, right? Like my personal way that I would do, right? If JJK sequel series penned by me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just say it's some kind of like Tengen level like thing or like uh the whole world becomes like a fucking domain. The villain has like minions like setting up this fucking thing to like siphon all the cursed energy into like the center of the earth or some shit. Like you just give it a funnel, right? So that like there's no cursed energy like culminating into like these creatures, right? What you do with that energy, right? Shit, bro. You can use it to power the world instead of electricity. Like shit like that. Like there's just I think something you can do with it that doesn't involve because like for me the problem I'm trying to solve is like cursed spirits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you remove, if everybody's a Jujutsu sorcerer, cool. Curse users running around, whatever, right? Materially doesn't matter. I think it would be cool to like have all that energy go somewhere towards like a bigger, cooler thing, or cooler, like a bigger using an evil energy source to do some good is fundamentally like why I like it so much, right? Like you either get rid of it completely, right? Or you utilize it and like repurpose it to make something like, free energy for the entire world or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like how I like that's what I, you know,
Got you.
would prefer.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think that's what the human
Yeah.
traffickers wanted to do.
Whatever, man.
But yeah, in any case, interesting little discussion there. I do want to talk about just a little bit more of the chapter itself. Like obviously we talked about a lot of like the lore.
Real so you would err on the side of like everybody being sorcerers.
I don't know. I don't really have much of a. I don't think either of those things are like the direction I'd go for like telling a story. Um, what does that mean?
Like what is the direction? Like elaborate.
Jogo versus Miwa, final fight of the story. That's it, bro. A
Okay,
clash of nature versus nurture type shit. Um,
I see.
yeah. What's the thematic reason for this? Aura. Um, but let's see. I mean, let me like here's the thing. Like I think the conceit of complaining about aliens, or at least being curious about them, something I'm doing as well, right? Is that it is
Hmm?
really difficult to make up something interesting that is not totally new or third party to it, right? I think that's why a lot
Hmm?
of times an author will bring in aliens because it's like, yeah, we if I finish the story I was telling, I've already dealt with all of the threats, right? I've already
Right.
quashed them, right? Sukuna again is just like, yeah, dude, we're beating the same guy we beat last time.
Yeah.
Whatever will happen. Fuck. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah. Yeah. In any case, as for the chapter itself, Yuka seems to be a bit more of the focus than Tsurugi. I don't
Hmm?
know if that'll be the case for the entirety of the story. Like, if it's gonna go for like a duel, because I mean Maru's also kind of it's like a 3-person setup, but it is already quite a bit different than like a Jujutsu Kaisen was, where it's like Yuji is obviously the protagonist, Megumi's
Hmm.
kind of there as well. The Nobara isn't even introduced in like the first couple of chapters. It does feel like, Tsurugi starts us off. Maru is obviously going to be a very big character in here, and Tsurugi does feel like the of the trio, the most dispensable isn't the right word. That's not really the word I'm looking for. But I'm curious to see from like a storytelling standpoint if Gege is going to go with a swapping perspectives and POVs pretty often, or if a lot of it is going to be told through the perspective of like Yuka, maybe primarily, or Maru, right? I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious about that. I will say that I did like the switch that we did get. It's a little bit shorter for Tsurugi, but like where we see why he got the ring in comparison to why Yuka lost it. It's like for Yuka, it's like, yeah, you're not strong enough for it, right? That's why I'm telling you you're not getting it. For Tsurugi, it's like, yeah, you're super fucking weak, dude. You need this shit to protect you. Holy, right?
Yeah,
You need it the
nice.
most.
Yeah,
Um,
nice to see that like the perspective on heavenly restriction has like not been fucking changed since Maki's day.
yeah, it's unfortunate that he has the ass version. Because he does have some
Mm.
level of curse energy. I saw
When
I saw Maria's bid for me to upscale Miwa. Definitely Miwa upscale because obviously she's the one teaching people the new shadow style simple domain. Kisakabe died. That's canon, of
in a
course.
fire,
No, no,
yeah.
no. Kusakabe, he went out like a badass. He like took out like 3 special grades with one new shadow style simple domain, but he like died of a heart attack or something. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think this was one of the things that I was like, I actually may have just not understood. I don't know if Tsurugi pulled off the new shadow style simple domain in terms of just replicating the stance and using the curse tool to create that sphere slash circle around him, or if that was cursed energy based like every other simple domain is. Because I'm like, I don't know if I fuck with like it's like, hey bro, you're physical strength and curse tool it up. I don't know. I'm not even like a negative thing. I'm actually just more curious in terms of like, how'd you do that? You're like Maki
I,
practically has 0 cursed energy, and if you're like her at the start of the series, if the new shadow style had some cursed energy twang to it outside of the tool, I'm a bit confused. It could be related to it exclusively, right? We do just see he doesn't
yeah.
do it without it. The fiery circle. It's possible. I'm just curious. I just don't know.
I mean, like new shadow style refers to the barrier, right? Like not the stance as much, or
Well,
rather, the stance leads into a barrier
the thing is like he just said, yeah, new shadow style, but he doesn't say simple domain. He just says battle
domain.
sword
Yeah.
drawing, right? And so I'm like,
So I think it's the stance. Yeah.
I'm assuming just because we get the circle around him, whatever. But I obviously just could be wrong. That I read that and I was like, that's strange, but like obviously I'm sure we'll get it expanded on.
Yeah.
I
Um. Yeah. I was gonna say. The Sarugi getting kidnapped was like also kind of interesting to me because like okay, his fight with Yuka made it at least my reading made it clear that he could have gotten out whenever he wanted to,
mhm.
but at the same time like he couldn't, like, could he have, because like the sword kind of like got him out here. I don't know. Also the human trafficker guy, I felt like the talismans reminded me of Minato. I don't know if that was intentional. I just thought it was like funny.
Mm.
uh I didn't actually get if that was his technique, because he was complaining about the talismans being erased or
Mhm.
being burned, but even while he was tied up, he still like was fucking with space. So I is bro just like is he just like that? Like I don't know. Spatial techniques are fucking cracked. Like that's a huge part of like JJK as a
Mhm.
power system.
Mhm.
So like kind of nuts for him to just be moving like this. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been like a pre-established sort of like ace in the hole outside of the talismans for sure. Um, yeah, let's see. Let me see that. Okay. That Eureka can just let anyone use cursed energy. Something about the sparks of the unsheathing blade. Yeah.
Like a battery, that's not bad.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I don't know. I did think it was I did think it was like interesting too that he was tied up and just like fuck. like, why, bro? Like,
Yeah.
just break free, man. You're like, especially when you see that little like that little Zoro esque like swinging that barbell. I'm like, come on, bro. That was a
Yeah.
rope. But it could have just. I mean, it could very easily just be like reinforced with cursed energy or some bullshit. I don't know. Wait, let me see something.
I
Actually, does he? How does he get?
It's funny that it
Oh
stopped the
no, no, no,
sword.
no. Yeah, no, he just rips
And
out
not
of it.
the
Yeah, he's fine. He could have gotten out at any time. He literally just rips out of it in
oh
the top panel. Yeah, he was just like chilling. Um,
yeah.
yeah.
Um yeah. I don't know. This is like a this completely. I just fucking clocked this right now.
Hmm.
But the Savage Jaw Strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just like a brand new technique. Excuse me. That's a brand new technique. And I find it funny because like, well,
Do we think it's a
Yuta's
curse technique?
or a tech or just like a regular fighting technique, right? But like, I am curious, like, because they're twins, right?
No.
From what I remember, they're
Tsurugi,
okay.
I think, yeah, Tsurugi's older. Tsurugi's like,
Oh, okay, okay.
Tsurugi was 11 when she was 10. So I think
Okay.
there's
So,
a,
yeah, yeah. It's weird that he has any cursed energy because like the whole point with Maki is like Mai was like holding her back. So
yeah.
I do wonder what the hell is up with that. More so though, um, assuming Yuka is just like a regular sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she did. She did. There's no way she got copy, right? Like I feel like okay, you either get like an inherited technique or like you just get a random one. I do kind of wonder like, yo, is Savage Jaw Strike like another Utah like it was that or copy in the fucking in the DNA code, bro? It was like a coin flip.
It could be related to Maki, right? Like if the curse technique if the curse technique like trait was recessive in her, you know what I mean? It could just be like could have popped up there.
Bro,
But I also am not a believer that this is like because he says it's a martial arts strike with curse energy properties. I think it's probably more akin to like Kashimo's like lightning or something where it's
oh,
like
okay.
she adds a sharpened effect to her attacks. If this is the Gege I know and love, there's no way we were going without getting a 3-page explanation on like the applications of the technique. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I am curious, yeah. Because like the Fushigara, the Zenin clan, the Akotsu clan,
Mm-hmm.
that's some those are deep bags, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like projection sorcery, 10 shadows, which holy fuck, man. Um copy
It would
and the
be
heavenly
really cool
restriction.
to have a protagonist that uses projection sorcery, so you get to see it like really fleshed. I mean, it's fleshed out in Naruto, but
Yeah,
like really spammed. Um,
yeah, because like Naya got to use like
Now he uses it. It's not like we don't get to see a lot of the technique. It's just a cool technique.
and
That's
then
all.
and then when it gets upgraded after
Mm-hmm.
it becomes a curse,
Mm-hmm.
like you only get to see like the domain or like the full potential of what it could look like for
Mm-hmm.
like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do hope a lot of their like inherited techniques kind of blossom as the series goes on.
Yeah. I am interested. I will say, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I do feel like the Gege art sparks in terms of like the combat." I didn't get that generally. There was like the one exchange where they go back and forth, where I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's some shit I would see in like a Shibuya fight or some shit." Generally, the action was pretty fine though. It was solid. I think it's one of those things to where I hope we're gonna get to see as the battles get larger in scale. That like let me refer to the artist by name. Let me not just like refer to them as like Gege's fucking sidekick. Yuji Iwasaki. I do hope I'm curious to see like how like their like ability to link up with what Gege's vision tended to be with action lines up because you get these sparks like even with the curse tool it's like yeah the explanation the giving the name giving like the brief
Mm,
summary and then the showing off of it it's like that's very Gege-esque
yeah,
I'm just curious to see more because I do like this art I know some people are
yeah.
feeling a little mixed but I do enjoy the way it looks I think I could definitely stand to see it, a bit more of it for sure.
Mm. I think the real test, because like right now it just looks like regular manga art for the most part. Um, I think the real test is just going to be like seeing any legacy characters. What?
What does regular manga art mean, bro?
Oh, it's like it doesn't get in the way of any like it's good. Like
I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like don't get what you mean at all, but like, okay,
yeah.
what's a manga that besides this that is regular manga art?
um Mission Yozakura family.
Manga he hasn't read, by the way. Um,
Yeah, I read like the first 100 chapters. Okay.
for sure. The
Um
word you're looking for
yeah.
is generic. It isn't, but that's what you're trying to say, Creams. Um,
Uh it's more like I'd say it's not overly stylized.
yeah, it's definitely less stylized than Gege's for sure. But I don't know. I
Yeah.
like it. There are, like I said, you can, in a lot of ways, you can see that like. I feel like with Tsurugi, you can feel a little bit more of like, oh, okay, I can see some of the Zenin genes in there. Yuka is
The
like,
Utah eyes. Yeah. I get it. Like
uh,
again, it's fine. Like it's good. Like it's there's no complaints about it. Like I'm not complaining about it.
I didn't say
I
you
was
were.
just
I didn't say
it
you were.
was
All I
I,
said was, what is regular manga art, bro? Because it's a very funny, like, non-definite statement. Like, yeah, dude, it just looks like manga, the medium. Like, okay, I
like
guess.
yeah. I mean, it looks like the type of manga like you know those how to draw manga books at like your library.
You're actually
Like
the most
this is
disrespectful person I've ever witnessed in my life, bro. Those
no,
how to draw manga books, bro.
God.
Let me see if I
I'm
have
just
them.
saying, bro. It's fucking like it's just manga. Like it's the art form as like known as manga.
You're funny, man.
Like whatever. Like I don't want to get stuck on this point. I think the most obvious difference between the art styles because like nothing really pops out right now. Is going to be like if what's his name Yuji uh, uh Iwasaki
Hmm?
draws legacy characters. I think that'll be like when it's most noticeable.
Yep. Yeah,
Like
sure.
you know if you draw somebody like Sukuna, it's like oh okay I see
To me, it comes
I
up the
get like the
most in like
gist.
Maru and the aliens in general. Like that penultimate page where he like opens his third eye. That one felt
Mm,
like I could see Gege having drawn something very very similar. Um,
yeah. Um. Yeah. No, it's cool. Where
yeah. Um,
the hands were cool. The like big hands.
yeah.
They felt very Gege esque.
Hmm.